Northwest's COVID-19 caseload has been relatively low during the fourth wave, but with pupils returning to the classroom, are schools in the province ready to fend off the spread of the virus? Monitoring the school readiness in Mahikeng is Pule Letshwiti-Jones. Pule, what's the state of the schools you've managed to visit so far in Mahikeng?
Well, as it is right now, we've actually moved from the area of Mahikeng and stationed outside here in Lichtenburg in the northwest, where we came to assess the readiness of the schools in 2022. And, there were quite a lot of challenges that we witnessed in terms of administrative challenges, in terms of the infrastructures and, of course, facilities as well. We also got a sense from some of the teachers inside that, there was still a lot that had to be done to actually ensure that the school could be a safe environment for learning, particularly with the new COVID-19 Omicron variant, which is highly transmissible and could be a danger, or rather pose a threat to the lives of some of the school pupils here. But joining me here to give us more clarity around the situation is the SADTU provincial leader, of course, Mr. George Temba. Thank you very much for joining us on eNCA this morning. Now, what are some of the conditions that you as a union have been worried about, particularly because the teachers as well fear that learning under such a COVID-19 environment as well could possess, some serious challenges, not to only pupils but them as well?
Thank you very much for having us. Firstly, as a union, I think our call has been that all our schools should be very much safe. We are expecting that on the first school of day of reopening, particularly welcoming the learners, we're expecting that the schools should be very much ready. But our observation here at Rekhonne Secondary School, it's evident that there are serious challenges, particularly with regard to infrastructure. We have seen some of the mobile classrooms, which in our view are supposed to be temporary structures, but we are reliably informed that it's about 6 years down the line now since the school has been operating in a temporary measure, and there is no indication, at least to the near future, when a proper school will be built. But we've also seen the issue of the toilets that are not in a really good state, and which on its own can cause a serious health hazard to the learners. But also what we have realized is the issue of overcrowding, because only a few learners in the grades, as in your grade 12 and grade 8 currently, are in attendance, and the majority of the other learners are not here, precisely because of overcrowding, which on its own tells you that there will not be any normal schooling very soon, because you will know that with the COVID regulations, you need to attend to issues of social distancing. And other issues that we have picked up here, it's with regard to electricity. Most of the classrooms that learners are using, there is no electricity. There are challenges with regard to administrative assistant in the school, which has not yet been appointed by the school, probably by the department. And therefore, that on its own, it tells you that there are serious challenges that the department needs to look into. We are also informed that there will obviously be a challenge with regard to the teachers, because there are temporary teachers who were part of the institution last year who have been informed not to come to the school currently.
All right, just maybe for a wrap and throw it back to studio, just on the issue of matriculants, does that also, is it a challenge to your view, because we speak about administrative issues, so there were also allegations of there not being enough resources in terms of them having to receive textbooks as well in preparation for the year ahead?
Well, what we have picked up is that the matriculants are in attendance. The challenge that we have captured is with regard to textbooks, particularly for your general education training group, where we are told it's a challenge. However, as a union, we are collating information around here so that we are able to, as we engage with the department, address all the challenges that they would have been picked up through our structures in this particular institution.
Temba, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
There we go. What we also witnessed here as well is that the union expressed a lot of concern around the rotational timetable, saying this could also delay the curriculum of the system here that's being used for learners to learn. But it's quite a lot of a bag of challenges that's been expressed here. We spoke to parents as well, and they're hoping something can actually come to that to resolve some of these issues.
Well, thank you so much, Pule, for bringing us that story. More delays, unfortunately, for some of the pupils in the Northwest.